responded for me calling her out for being rude. And of course she denied it, saying, hey, this isn't true. Hey, it is. And I had witnesses with me when I was at that event. You did that to me.
I want to come on here and talk about the video that's been going around about me. I hate the fact that I am the reason that somebody out there is hurting.
Not enough Nelsons are getting canceled by their own fans right now, and honestly, it's still not enough because one fan just came forward accusing Paisley Nelson of straight up bullying behavior, and instead of people taking that seriously, it's already being brushed off like it's nothing. And that alone would have been bad, but when you stack that on top of everything else this family has been involved in, including past controversies and Sadie saying the N-word, it starts to make a lot more sense why people are officially done giving them the benefit of the doubt. At some point, the excuses run out.
I don't know which part you think is untrue. The part about you unfollowing me, the part about you being mean and like giggling with your friends.
A small creator named Elisa went online and shared her real-life experience meeting Paisley Nelson. And before anyone says, maybe she's just shy or she probably had a bad day, no, that is not what this looked like. This was very much mean girl behavior. Here's what Elisa said happened. She met Paisley at an event a while back, and at the time, Elisa only had around 5,000 followers. She wasn't verified, like she was just trying to grow. And she was an actual fan of the Nelson family. Like, watched the videos, bought into the whole wholesome image, thought that they were sweet, all of it. So she goes up to Paisley, introduces herself, tells her that she's a fan, casually mentions her TikTok, and at first, Paisley is nice, smiling, engaging, acting friendly, the whole, ooh, she's actually a sweet person vibe. She even hands Alyssa her phone and tells her to type in her TikTok so she can follow her. And Alyssa's saying, oh my god, this is so nice. But then the energy changes. Immediately after that, Paisley starts giggling, like laughing, and then whispering to her friend group. And that's when Alyssa said that she got that sinking feeling like, weed. Am I being laughed at right now? Later on, when the event was ending and Alyssa's about to leave, she goes to say goodbye. Paisley ignores her, like, fully.
Later into the event, I said bye to her and she completely ignored me, so I said bye again, and she literally ignored me, and that was like when I was about to leave, and she like gave like a little mean look.
So Alyssa leaves, still trying to stay positive. She goes home, she tells her friend about meeting Paisley, opens TikTok to show them the follow, and then that's when she realizes Paisley unfollowed her, almost immediately. Alyssa said it felt like Paisley only talked to her and followed her because she thought that Alyssa had clout. And the second she realized that she didn't, that attitude changed fast.
I get home all excited, telling my friend, I'm like, oh my god, then my friend's like, show me. I go to TikTok just to find out that Paisley unfollowed me right after I left the event.
Now, once this story started spreading, the comments had a lot to say. One person wrote, Paisley thinks she's better than everyone else just because she's pretty. Another said, guys, I believe her. She looks nice, but you never know influencers. And then there was this comment which really captures the frustration people are having. Okay, can you all stop saying she's nice or she's really sweet or she's probably in a bad mood? Guys, y'all need to wake up to real life because nobody knows how anybody is off cam besides people that know them. And we, for real, don't know if this happened, but TBH a prob did because when it happened, she was in her Bratz era and not so nice. BTW, no hate, I'm just being real. And that's the problem, because no one ever asks, what if the smaller creator is telling the truth? And for a family whose entire brand is built on being kind, wholesome, and faith first, it actually matters. Which brings me to this, because speaking of that family, Not Enough Nelsons, it's not like they haven't been taken else lately. Let's start with the fantasy. When people first find the Not Enough Nelsons, it feels like a movie. Literally cheaper by the dozen energy, giant house, endless kids, matching names, matching smiles. Everything is bright, clean, almost too perfect, but that's the word people keep coming back to. Perfect. Because this family doesn't just live on camera. They perform. Every moment feels planned. Every reaction feels polished. It's not just, here's our life. It's, here's the version of our family we want you to believe in.
Oh
And once you notice that, the magic kind of disappears. Then came the moment that really shook people's trust, and honestly, this is where a lot of viewers started feeling played. Tiffany Nelson went online and announced that they were quitting YouTube. And for a minute there, people genuinely believed her. It sounded like she was finally done with it all. Like maybe she had had enough and wanted her kids to have a more normal life, when that was a little further away from the cameras, the comments, and the constant public scrutiny.
One of the largest family vlogging channels just announced that they are quitting.
She talked about protecting the kids, privacy, about putting family first, and a lot of you was bought into that because it felt real. It felt like a line had finally been drawn.
As their mom, now looking back, I wish I would have taken a second look at some of those and like placed those guardrails even higher, especially on issues that are just more private to their heart.
But then, nothing actually changed. They didn't quit. The content didn't slow down, the kids stayed on camera, the uploads kept the coming, and the channel went on like that announcement never happened. That was the first real crack. Now let's talk about Tiffany herself. She presents as a soft-spoken, loving, faith-driven, and calm woman. But the way she reacts to criticism tells a very different story. When creators Jordan and McKay, who are former Mormons, made videos breaking down the Not Enough Nelsons content, Tiffany didn't reach out privately. She went public and accused them of bullying her children. Viewers who actually watched those videos noticed something important. They weren't attacking the kids, they were criticizing the kids.
But if you're using your children to gain money, that is unethical.
Then Tiffany allegedly used copyright strikes to try and take their videos down. That is not openness. That is trying to silence people who are asking uncomfortable questions. And then there's the adoption conversation. The Nelsons have 9 adopted kids: Journey, Bridger, Lily, Sadie, Navi, Luke, Delini, Elsie, and Becca. And for a while now, people have been saying adoption on this channel doesn't really feel private. It feels like part of the content. Several of their names were changed after adoption to fit Tiffany's naming theme, which matched the E endings. And yeah, name changes can happen. That's not the part that people are upset about. It's the way that they were filmed. While we're watching underage kids sit on camera, explain their names, and reassure millions of strangers that they're totally okay with it, like, why is this the video?